What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well, feeling great and enjoying freedom. It's a great day to have a great day. Today I wanted to talk about when to stop saving cash. We're gonna get into it, but really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos. Subscribe to my second channel for weekly videos. Get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel. Come and join us in the VIP club for giveaways, live streams, deal alerts, and a whole lot more. And of course, make sure to get your up to 12 free fractional shares by downloading Webull and funding your account. For every friend you refer to the app by the end of the month, Webull's going to give you all the way up to 100 free fractional shares. Everything will be linked in the description. So today, I wanted to do a little bit of a response to a comment that I had received. By the time this video comes out, I think it's going to be Sunday the 21st, I believe. I received this comment a couple of weeks ago and I wanted to address it. It's coming from William, and it says, as your silver stack grows, your cash and supplies need to grow at the same rate. And I thought that that was pretty interesting, and I wanted to talk about that in today's video. So I'm getting my day started. It's like 6:30 in the morning or something like that. I'm getting my day started with some G Fuel Energy Formula peach ring flavor, by the way. If anybody wants to try this stuff out, they got like 50 different flavors to choose from. Sugar-free, low calorie, packed with a whole bunch of vitamins. $5 off your first purchase by using the link in the description. Okay, so when it comes to when I believe you should stop saving cash, I think it really comes down to what your goal is in terms of having a savings account, or should I say a cash emergency fund. Not everybody uses a traditional savings account, and you don't need to. There's no real difference at the end of the day. If you want to hide that cash under your bed, or if you want to stick it in a savings account with Bank of America or Wells Fargo or whatever, it's all the same. I mean, there are pros and cons, but the amount of cash remains the same, minus that 0.0000001 interest rate or whatever it is. So when it comes to cash, I wanted to start off this video talking about when to stop saving cash. I wanted to start off by talking about why you need to save cash, because before you can stop saving cash, you need to start saving cash. And I don't think you need to save cash forever. I think you should set a goal for yourself if you haven't already started, or maybe you did already start and you're little by little chipping away at it. I've been saying for the longest time now, I think you need to have at least a couple of months worth of expenses stored away in cash, just in case. Now, the average or the standard recommendation is 1 to 3 months. And I think that's probably pretty good, or at least a pretty good start. I think 3 to 6 months is a little bit more ideal, a little bit better. And based on what we saw take place at the beginning of 2020, some people might even argue that 12 to 18 months worth of an emergency fund is best. I would disagree with that. I don't think you need to have that much cash. I think you need to have enough cash to last you at least 3 to 6 months, and you need to be able to take care of your financial obligations. I'm not talking about your Netflix account and whatever that costs. I'm talking about the cash to keep a roof over your head, food in the fridge, gas up your car, take care of insurance, stuff like that. The mandatory expenses, the things that you need to do. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Requirements. Make sure you have the cash for that. A couple of months. People say 1 to 3. I believe 3 to 6. That's just my opinion. And I think at that point is the time to stop. So that's the title of the video, when to stop saving cash. In my opinion, from my perspective, not a financial advisor, but I think it's when you reach that point. 3 to 6 months. And you can calculate this by figuring out what exactly, or how much exactly you're going to need. How many people are you financially preparing for? Maybe you're just one guy, single with no kids. Maybe you're married with 4 kids, you just have to do a little bit of math and figure out how much 1 month worth of expenses are for you. Maybe it's $1,000, maybe it's $4,000, maybe it's $600. Who knows? Whatever that number is for you, however much money you are required to spend to survive on a monthly basis, multiply that by however many months you want to financially prepare for. So that's the first half of the video. And the second half of the video, I wanted to extend on that comment that I had received from, I believe it was William, talking about how as your silver stack grows, I have a little bit of silver on me right here, as your silver stack grows, your cash and supplies need to grow at the same rate. I think at the beginning, when you're getting started stacking, and when you're getting started saving, and when you're getting started prepping, I would 100% agree with that. However, once you reach a certain point, I no longer agree with that, and I'll explain what I mean by that. So first things first, I want to talk about why I agree at the beginning. I think a lot of people get in over their head when they start stacking silver and gold, and that's all that they focus on, and completely neglect prepping. There are a lot of people out there who have been stacking silver for months, maybe even years, who really don't do any form of food prepping. They don't have at least a couple weeks or a couple months even worth of canned goods or MREs or anything with a long shelf life packed away in the pantry. And I recommend doing this every week, by the way, or whenever you go grocery shopping, pick up an extra can or two of soup or beans or whatever. Just pick up a little something extra, stick it in the back of the pantry, so you start that rotation. Put the new stuff in the back, put the older stuff gets pulled up to the front, and you cycle through it. And hopefully, being that you're buying a little bit extra each week, you're purchasing more than you can consume. That way it quite literally is an emergency stack of food. So if something were to go wrong, boom, okay. Now all of a sudden there's a 3-week emergency or a 3-month emergency. Well, guess what? You have a couple weeks or maybe even a couple months worth of food stored away. Water purification is another big one. Or a backup source of power or anything like that. A lot of people, they just want to stack silver and gold. That's all that they care about, and they're just neglecting all of these other areas that, to be honest with you, are far more likely to be an issue than a large-scale economic collapse. I think you're far more likely to run into some micro financial issues than macro financial issues, but I do understand the importance of the macro, which is why we're stacking and investing and whatnot for the long term. Later down the road, years, decades down the road, potentially generations down the road, if you're planning on just passing it down to your kids or grandkids. So at the very beginning, your cash and your supplies do need to grow alongside your silver and gold. But like I said before, once you reach a certain point, I think you can scale back. I don't think your cash and your supplies need to be growing at the same rate as your stack of silver and gold years and years and years and years down the road. I don't think that's necessary. I don't think once you reach that 3 to 6 month emergency fund of cash, I don't think you necessarily need to keep it going. Because if you do keep it going, like, what's going to happen? You're going to eventually end up with like 3 to 6 years worth of cash. And I don't think that's a very smart idea at all. That's a lot of currency just sitting there being unproductive. Even 3 to 6 months, it kind of hurts my soul to think about, because it's a decent amount of currency, by the way. A couple months worth of expenses in cash, man. You know how much you can earn off of that if it's invested? You know how much silver and gold you can stack with that? but it's important to have a little bit of cash set aside. But having anything beyond that, to me, just makes little to no sense, just because I think the cons outweigh the pros in a situation like that. So, coming around full circle, I do believe at the beginning, when you start stacking, saving, investing, prepping, I think everything does need to grow at the same rate, or around the same rate, at the same pace, roughly. But once you reach a certain point, I think you can scale back on certain things and really amp up others. That's just my opinion, not a financial advisor. What do I know at the end of the day? But I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. If you guys like today's video, please hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new. Subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Go and get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel in the biggest possible way. We got t-shirts, hoodies, stickers, coffee mugs, and a bunch of different designs, many of which are raising some funds and awareness for different charity organizations, by the way. Come and join us in the VIP Club, which is where I do giveaways every single month, live streams every single week, deal alerts on silver and gold almost every single day. You can watch all of my videos early and commercial free. I guarantee you it's worth it. And of course, make sure to go and get your up to 12 free fractional shares by downloading Webull and funding your account. You can deposit as little as you would like, even a penny, and it still works, it still counts. You still get your up to 12 free fractional shares. And for every friend you refer to the app, by the end of the month, Webull's going to give you all the way up to 100 free fractional shares. Maybe you'll get 15, maybe you'll get 35, maybe you'll get 50, or maybe you'll get 100. It's random, and you can do this 10 times. Refer 10 friends to the app, and Webull's going to give you all the way up to 1,000 free fractional shares. Webull link in the description. And of course, if anybody wants to try some G Fuel energy formula, it's sugar-free, low-calorie, packed with vitamins, and they have like 50 different flavors to choose from. This one would be the peach ring flavor. I also recommend Bahama Mama and Snow Cone, my 3 favorites. $5 off your first purchase by clicking the link in the description. And I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know, what do you think is the cutoff point when it comes to saving cash? I don't think there's really any arguing it. You need to stack a little bit of cash alongside your silver and gold, but what's the cutoff point for you? By the way, my cutoff point might be completely different than your cutoff point. There's no right or wrong answer. This is just what I'm doing. I'm just documenting my journey and my opinions. But I'd like to know yours. What's the cutoff point for you? 1 to 3 months, 3 to 6 months, 6 to 12, 12 to 18, who knows? Or maybe there's a specific dollar amount rather than a certain amount of months worth of currency. Head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you tomorrow. Don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.